Hey guys, it's your boy Wolfie. Now, Season 8 just came out, hard ranked resets just happened. I know bronze players are playing with masters players, things are all over the place. Some people get unlucky, some people getting unlucky. It's all part of the game. Honestly, it's fun and it should even out in around a couple months. It is what it is, right? Awesome. Now, the real conversation is nobody has any idea what the hell they're doing. Everything is all over the place and everyone thinks they have the right start. And I think they're all wrong because I think Teevee broke the game and is because he always finds the cheese and the nasty and the disgusting strats that make me hate the game. So I'm gonna ruin ranked for the rest of you guys by releasing this video. All right, y'all seen all the other starts. Everybody's made their own other starts, and I'm not taking credit for this. Again, this was from Teevee. I saw him do it, he told me about it, and disgusting, so I emulated it later because I'm a piece of crap too. It just is what it is, right? Cool. All right, before I go into any explanations, let's just watch the game. All right, so first and foremost, we're going to the game. Den's Therapy was a Masters player last season. I'm pretty sure he was before too. Collateral has been Masters plenty of times. I don't know if this one's a bug or he was actually Grandmasters, but whatever. I've recognized a couple of these players from the season before, another season, whatever that. Right? Cool, awesome. So we're gonna get into this game. I'm gonna show you what we do. I'm playing Pele support. This is not jungle. So as playing these games and looking at these starts, I've always had a big issue with the way the jungle is starting, right? I always felt that like middle doing red buff and you doing speed buff, going to blue and just taking so much time wasn't very good. Middle was wide open and way too easy to kill. And it just puts both of your jungle buffs on the same timer. And that's always a bad thing. So I don't know about you guys, but what I've noticed is playing middle and solo queue because I'm a lone wolf. Haha, pun on the name. But I've noticed that enemy jungles, as I'm going against better junglers, they're not going straight to their speed buff on the first respawn. They go into your red buff and invading, and your team isn't invading their stuff. So what ends up happening is you just lose the game purely by proxy of them taking too much farm away from you. So on Teevee start, the support starts at red instead of the jungle. I mean the hunter. Now I'm telling my hunter right now to go to purple buff, and he is mad and furious because we're not doing the standard meta. It's the beginning of the season, stop complaining. All right, so we're doing this nonsense, right? And oh no, he's starting Mannequin Scepter instead of Sentinels when Sentinel's Embrace is broken. So, remember when I told you guys a little bit earlier? Middle is too big right now and too long. That's never been said in history, but fine. Just for the sake of having fun. It's just, you're too exposed, basically. So what ends up happening is, we come over here and we wait. Middle goes into the wave to try to clear as fast as they can because it's how you win middle. But we got a Pele with Mannequin Scepter. And there's nothing he can do. He's just dead. That's it. That's not even the end of it. So not only is there nothing you can do in middle, this has been my problem with middle for a little bit in this season. You don't really have a control over how well you do because if the enemy team decides that it's your turn to die, you're probably gonna die because the lane is too big. Yeah. The funny thing about this is that this also works if you're playing a jungle. I'll get into that right after, but this is what happens. You take pressure of middle and you win middle. Now you're putting the pressure in the jungle. By coming over here, you cut off the enemy's options, basically. If he tries to go to middle, you cut him off. If he tries to go around or try to farm a camp, he dies. There's literally no correct option besides backing here because their middle is dead and you and your middle have an option to kill him. I don't even need my middle to kill him because I'm Pele and I have double pots, which he definitely doesn't. As you see, the mid laner was very mad that I cheesed him. Oh no, it's a Robin. who can't solo me as support. Rip. So just like that, just because I started at red buff as a support, and my ADC can literally just stand under the tower. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't actually have to run up because it's a 2v1 lane and he can just farm at the tower. This puts so much pressure that the jungle and the middle get screwed over, and it forces the dual lane to be at your tower, so now they're open for a gank. Yeah, this kind of just screws the whole game over. Like this reminds me of season 3 when solo lanes used to literally just sit in middle and then gank you. I still have PTSD of solo troll and Haddix literally camping me every single game at the first wave, and there's nothing I can do about it unless my team does it too. This kind of feels like that. Basically what I'm saying is Mannequins is kind of overpowered, but I think even if Mannequins isn't in the game, that this still works because middle is too large and you cannot stay in there by yourself. There's too many openings and too many ways to die in middle, and this strategy just does not, you just can't sit in middle by yourself. We could proceed through the rest of the game and just show like how easy it is, we win and all the other nonsense, but it's pretty much a cheese strat that unless you know it's coming, you're not going to be able to play against it. It works with all sorts of supports. Mannequin Scepter can be bought on Ymir, Guardians, etc., Warriors, it doesn't matter. You can play Pele, you can play Erlang, you can play Set, you can play whatever you want, it works. It is literally busted. The reason why this is so much stronger with Mannequin Scepter is because it also has damage reduction and protections along with damage. So until this item gets nerfed, this is how you play. And if you don't, you are putting your team at a disadvantage. Granted, you can also do this as jungle. You can just let your solo lane start at their blue buff or even invade the enemy blue buff because you know they're gonna start at speed buff. And they will be fine. And you can have the normal start on dual lane and all the other goodness is still exactly the same. I just think this is better because it's putting pressure on middle faster rather than waiting so long like you do with the standard start. Also, if you do it the jungle way, it doesn't put your, it doesn't leave your dual lane by himself, and it also removes the option of the enemy invading your red buff, which I've been seeing a lot of higher level solo laners do that as a response to whatchamacallit, solo starting with jungle at speed buff. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. I don't it's a busted start, and until Mannequins gets nerfed, this is gonna feel really overpowered. Once Mannequin gets nerfed, it's gonna feel a little more manageable because the person who's in middle isn't doing a billion damage while being very tanky. But yeah, it's time to think about the game in a different way. Since there's so many camps in the left lane, it's time to stop wasting your time on there and put pressure on the map. This map is very pressure oriented, more pressure oriented than previous maps. I will go on record to say it is more snowball-y than the previous maps because there are so many things to farm and so many things to get. As you can see, I'm missing abilities. I'm still killing people, even though Collateral had like 2 HP. Yeah, it's mine. But yeah, basically, do this. It's silly. All right, guys. You're welcome for ruining your ranked games for the next week and a half. Technically, it's not really my fault. It's Teevee's fault. But I'm putting the video out, so I'm gonna take credit for it. By the way, small disclaimer, even though you're doing these kind of things, I'd still highly suggest still buying support items. Your team still needs support items, and if you're not buying them, you're probably not gonna win because the enemy team is just gonna eventually have tankier stats than you, and we all know protection's overpowered. But that being said, that is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to see when we put more videos out. Smash that like button, because that's the only button that's there. No dislike button. Don't try to play that nonsense with me. And I'd appreciate it if you guys drop a comment. I would love to see what you guys are thinking about what I just showed you guys, or if you guys have a different way to start the game, that'd be cool too. It's a new season. None of us know anything. So share your thoughts. By the way, I also stream on Twitch. You guys probably know this already. Feel free to talk to me there if you would like a more immediate response. I stream between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. 6 days a week, Eastern time zone. And you can also follow me on Twitter to know when I'm streaming or I'm not streaming, all my random dumb thoughts that randomly come up while I'm watching anime or something. Yeah, I don't know.